Hi there. Welcome to They Call Me Sookie. I'm Sookie. So today, I just want to talk to you all because I haven't talked to you in a while, and it's just a bit of a life update with my health. So last week on Friday, May 15th, 2026, I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy. Basically, I had weight loss surgery for the gastric sleeve, and I am 1 week post-op. I may clip in the video that I had a couple of days out from the surgery, 2 days post-op, I believe. But I was just discharged on Tuesday this week, and I'm feeling a little better. There were some complications with the surgery. I won't really go into detail about that, but it was pretty scary that led me to be in the hospital beyond the 1 day overnight stay. So I ended up being in the hospital for 5 days. I am starting to recover, not nearly as much pain, not as bad as I thought in terms of being able to swallow and take medications because I take some pretty large pills. So basically, you all know I had ACDF surgery in 2024, and which led to me finding out a diagnosis of adrenal insufficiency syndrome. And before the ACDF surgery in 2024, I had lost about a little over 30 pounds, about maybe 33 pounds. And I thought I was on a good path to losing weight naturally on my own. Well, after that surgery, after I was in rehab for 2 weeks. So the weekend before me leaving, which was 3 days before, I just started to develop low back pain. And that led me to not being able to stand when I was cooking. And then I started noticing I started having some knee pain too. So, dealing with the cervical spine surgery, wearing the collar, not being able to stand because of the low back pain, and then the occasional knee pain, and not having family support because you all know my husband had two massive strokes in 2017, and I'm his primary caregiver. So he is still in a facility, unfortunately, but he should be coming home by August, which will be 2 years for him. But I couldn't cook for myself. I didn't have anybody to help me. I did have a caregiver for a few weeks coming in to help me take a shower, clean up the house. But as far as being able to cook my meals, I didn't have anybody to do that. So, which led to me eating out, ordering through DoorDash, Grubhub, mainly DoorDash at that time. But with that, I also continue to have exhaustion, which they originally had attributed to a major loss of blood. But as the time went on, me being on folic acid, iron, and a whole host of other supplements that the doctor recommended, my exhaustion level still didn't increase. And then with on top of that, I ended up having to go back to work, fairly quickly, 5 months before the doctor said, because I would have been terminated. So I was crashing out probably by noon. I just was so exhausted I couldn't even function, and I had to push myself to continue to work because I had to finish my job. So I started getting up really, really early and starting work so I can be off by between 2 and 3, which still led to more exhaustion. And finally, the doctor doing some labs and saying, "Oh, it appears that you have adrenal insufficiency," and then sending to endocrinologist, who confirmed that several months later because I am a very hard stick. So they couldn't draw the blood to do the testing. Um, so with that being said, last year, because I started gaining weight, um, as a result of eating out, but it wasn't a rapid amount of weight. I would go up, go down, but then the doctor decided, I needed these steroids, so I started the steroids, and then a couple of months after that, I started the GLP-1 because I started seeing the weight really creeping fast. So I started the GLP-1 Zepbound, but unfortunately, I was on the steroids at the same time. So I did not lose any weight at all. I lost 5, gained 5, lost 5, gained 5, lost 5, gained 3, gained 2, gained 5, gained 10, all the way up to gaining over 60 pounds within a year. And it began to really affect my health because one, I'm very short. I'm only 4'9", and the amount of weight that I was carrying and I am still carrying is too much for my tiny body. So they kept trying to push me to do this surgery, which I've tried to do 4 times. This is the fourth try, and finally I got it. So I went through the process, and at the doctor's office that I went to, I had to clear up a lot of things, before I can do it. I have to do nutrition, you have to do psychological evaluation. You have to try to lose some weight, which they didn't really stick me to that because I guess I don't know because that's what they do or because of my situation. And then there's the cardiac clearance, which I had to get, and I had to get endocrinology clearance and also primary care clearance. So it took a while, but not too long. So, like I said, surgery was on May 15th, Friday of last week, 2026. So I decided to go ahead and do the surgery. And the doctor recommended the gastric sleeve, which is considered the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. So I did that and I went in on Friday. I really didn't think much about it the whole time. I didn't do the research like I did for the ACDF surgery because I felt like I had tried to do this like 3 times before and I thought that I had all of the information, which of course you never do. So I regret that part and then never expected any complications at all. So I just thank God for my life. I thank God for being here and for continue to recover in Jesus' name. And I don't take that lightly. I'm very grateful to God for my life and getting me through this surgery. So I am 1 week post-op. I am now in the first phase of the recovery of when the stomach has to heal, the swelling has to go down, and you have to learn to basically eat over. So it's like being a baby. So we start off with a liquid diet, and when you're in the hospital, you use these small 30 cc cups to drink just clear liquids, and that's supposed to be just overnight. And then you go home and you do it. You start immediately on the liquid diet, which includes like protein shakes and water. And you can have sugar-free popsicles, sugar-free jello, and etc. Anything that's clear, chicken broth, whatever kind of broth you want, bone broth. And you have to try to get up to, I think it's 60 to 100 grams of protein a day. And I think stay within 500 to 800 calories, which is very easy. And then for me, after the surgery, my taste buds changed a little bit towards sweets. I can't really take the amount of the way the sugar tastes in the protein shakes. So I'm using Premier, and I've drank these for many, many years, but they just seem to be super, super sweet. And that's all you're getting. You need to do 3 of those per day. I have to admit, since I've been home, I have not been able to get 3 a day. I've gotten 2. I haven't met my water goal either, which is 64 ounces a day. I think I've gotten of liquid. So you have water, broth. So I think I've got max like 40, and I think I'm going to get about 40 ounces today. So yeah, I'm ultra sensitive to sugar. So, and then the chicken broth is really nasty. So what I did last night, I had this idea. I ordered a top ramen, cooked it, did everything I was supposed to do, and I strained it. And it was the best thing ever for me because it tastes really good. So I decided to do the same thing today. So I ordered several packages of the ramen noodles, and I'm just gonna use the broth off of it and dump the noodles. Because you don't want to eat anything that's beyond the diet because you can get really, really sick. So hold on one second. I got to take care of something. Hi guys, I'm back. Sorry I had to step away. That's another thing with this surgery. I had to go to the bathroom. So, um, yeah, I've been not being able to hold my urine um, very long. TMI. But anyway, getting back to what we were talking about. So I believe I was saying that I kind of don't remember because I went to the bathroom, but oh, I know I was talking about adrenal insufficiency on the amount of weight I gained. And so I just decided to do this surgery. And the food that I've been eating is basically liquid. And so my taste buds, they tell your taste buds may change. And right now I'm ultra sensitive to sugar. I really hope it stays like that because I was like a sugar nut and junk food, just cookies, cakes, pies, and all of that. But so far I'm very sensitive to the sugar, and I'm really hopeful that this will help me. So right now is basically protein shakes, water, and broth. So like I said, the chicken broth tastes really nasty. I can't stand the taste of it. So I had this idea to get a top ramen, make it through, strain it because you cannot get any of the contents of that in there except the broth. So I did that last night and I was able to take it. It actually tastes really good. So I bought several packages of the ramen noodles with the seasoning packet, which I know it has a lot of salt and is not the best thing, but it's once a day and I'm not even getting more than 4 ounces of it because I can't hold that much. So it's just what I've been doing for dinner, just after all of the sweets during the day. And then for water, they said you can drink Propel. I don't like sweet water. I like to drink water. So I have my cup here and I bought some water that has electrolytes in it because I felt like I was getting dehydrated because my hands were cramping. So I've been trying to drink 2 of these a day. This is the first day that I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I got a little bit left. So I have like the 33.8 or point 0.6 size bottles. And then I'll just probably start another one. But yeah. So I'm sorry the quality changed because when I went to go to the restroom, I thought I paused it, but I stopped it. So I was in another app and I haven't processed that video yet. So I'm just actually on my work computer using their camera. So, but yeah, that's my life update. I had the gastric sleeve, ACDF surgery. I'm doing really well. Not a lot of pain in my neck. My back is getting better. And oh, I didn't update you guys. My knees. I told you about my knees. My knees were so bad. I was in the hospital in March. I couldn't walk. And it was just bad. I couldn't put any pressure. So I was in the hospital for a week in March. And so I went to see an orthopedic surgeon and he said he didn't think at that time I would need a knee replacement, but in the hospital, that ortho surgeon said I needed a knee replacement at some point in time. And that was another push for me to move forward with the surgery, this gastric sleeve, because me not being able to walk and having to be the primary caregiver for my husband, that just didn't work. So I ended up getting hyaluronic acid injections in my knees, and I may do a video about that. It was super duper insanely painful, but I have to admit it started working fairly quickly. But after the first day, it was really bad. It was like back to that. I can't walk. I was literally on a walker. Now I'm using my cane again, but it's intermittently throughout the house. I don't always use it. I may need it when I first get up. So now that it's been 6 weeks since the hyaluronic acid injections, I'm able to walk on my knees. I still have the crackling and popping in there because they said I had a torn meniscus in both knees, torn ligaments in both knees, osteoarthritis in both knees, the cartilage worn in both knees. Is still some there, but very worn. And then the excess weight was attributing to the pain and causing the pain. So These were factors that led me to just like, hey, do this surgery. And I really didn't think about it. And I didn't do the research that I would normally do because I felt like I had done that before, but it wasn't enough. So if you ever get in a position where you need um, weight loss surgery, do your research. And then I think I was talking about the Zepbound too that didn't work for me. Because I really don't know where I left off. It didn't work because I started at the same around the same time as the steroids a little before, then the Zepbound, and it got to the point where I was gaining so much that the insurance company refused to pay for the GLP-1. They did pay for this surgery. So I am grateful to God to have the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to it. I've been watching some videos today with other people that have had the surgery, some younger folks, where they're complaining about how they stalled. And you know what? I know that happens, but I'm just going to do my best at what I have. That's all I can do. So the video is probably now 15 minutes. I'm going to end it right here. Thank you as always for watching my videos and hearing me. And I think that the channel won't just be exclusively ACDF surgery. So if you're here for that, just look out for those videos. It won't be exclusively VSG, the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. It won't be exclusively adrenal insufficiency. I think I want to turn the channel into just my life vlog, basically in my health journey, not only with weight loss, but my overall general health. And then me reuniting with my husband, bringing him home and caring for him. So that's where I think I want the direction of this channel to go. And I really hope that you all will stick around because I still will hit on the topics that you're here for. Some of you came here for business. That probably won't happen on this channel, I'm going to be honest. But if you're interested in business and following me on that journey, then I have another channel called Grace and Profit where I will eventually start uploading again. I just have not have the time, and I will be showing my journey of restarting my accounting practice over there. But over here, it's just going to be like a life vlog talking about one ACDF surgery. So if you came here for that, you'll still get it. And then if I get new people that are here for the gastric sleeve, you'll get that. And then those that are here for the adrenal insufficiency, you'll get that. So, and then it'll just be my overall journey with rebuilding my health. Because to be honest, right now I'm 58 years old and I just really feel like I need to get my health together because I want to be here long, on this earth. And 60 is rapidly approaching, I'm 58, I'll be 59 in October. And I really started feeling so much older than what I am. Honestly, started looking so much older than what I am. And I had never looked my age. And, I know a lot of caring for my husband for 8 years aged me because I have not been able to get the rest and everything that I needed. But when you get to a point where you're overweight, where you're, morbidly obese, and your body is not able to function properly because of that, things need to change. And this, I know, is not a magic pill, but it is a tool, and I really hope to do my best and trust God that I will do my best to utilize this tool to get me to a healthier, more stable, functional weight for my size, for my height. So, again, thank you for being here, and I hope you guys will stick around for really pretty much my life's journey. It's going to be more of a vlog type thing going forward. Of course, I'm going to be at my desk because this is where I usually work. But I plan to start getting outside a little bit more. And that's what I've learned. I've been in a slump since my husband's strokes, that I've been in the house because I had to. And then even with him being away almost 2 years, I still did everything in the house. I work at home. I did everything at home. I order my groceries. I don't really go out for anything except doctor's appointments to visit him, and then occasionally to go get my hair washed and braided. So that has to change. I need to become more active and I need to just get out of the house. That is my goal. That is my desire. So if you want to just see how my journey is going, hopefully week by week, I really would appreciate that. And if you're new and you just happen to find me, please hit the subscribe button. And I don't know if I'm eligible for hype, but if I am, hype the video, share it, and subscribe. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully that will be sooner than later.